Hi everybody, it's Az here from Heel vs Babyface. Now, I brought you a secrets video yesterday that showed you how to escape from the end time dungeon instance and actually get to an empty version of Dalaran. Well, I opened it up by saying something along the lines of, it's the most complicated secrets video I've done to date, which it was. But when you saw all the footage, the way that I'd edited it, it all looked a-okay. You know, although it looked difficult at times, it flowed. And I just got from A to B with jumping and flying and stuff. But what you didn't see is stuff going on the screen right now. All the time it took to try and make the various jumps, the ones that I just failed time and time again, but stuck at it until you eventually did it. Managing to find those bite points to tell you guys about. And then of course there was the times that I might have fallen off the Wrathgate and died. But put it this way, from making that first jump at the Alliance section of the Wrathgate to suddenly landing in Dalaran right at the end took me 96 minutes. In today's video, I'm going to attempt the very same thing again, but with a Demon Hunter. So you might think to yourself, why? And that's a perfectly valid question to ask, because the Demon Hunter has such insane mobility with its double jumping, its dashing, and its gliding, which doesn't require you to have any items in your inventory at all. And I've already seen from another dungeon, which I showed off on stream, how easy... Oh, there we go. First attempt, straight over. How easy it is for a Demon Hunter to do stuff like this. It is just incredibly easy. So yeah, it was a matter of whether or not it could for a start, and then it kind of got to a matter of how long would it take compared to the regular run. Now, the reason why the other run took 96 minutes is there is multiple factors taken into consideration. Number one, I was only using a Goblin Glider. Goblin Gliders are on 3-minute cooldowns, so I have to wait 3 minutes per Goblin Glider usage, and there was plenty in this. Secondly, not every attempt was flawless, as you clearly saw by the footage at the beginning of the video. Finding those bite points actually proved to be a wee bit difficult at times. And then falling off the Wrathgate sent me back to Dragonblight, so I had to go all the way back to the Caverns of Time. So there was multiple factors taken into account. But the only problem that I had with the Demon Hunter thus far was that one failed attempt to get up the hillside, and the second attempt it was just pew, straight away. Now, it's got to this point where I was at the Wrathgate, because when you do things like this, you kind of turn off your internal chronometer. You don't really know what's going on time-wise. And I checked to see how long it'd taken for me to get to here, climbing up the side, using the double jump feature to go twice as quickly. And it'd take me 3 minutes. From that first jump from the Alliance section of the Wrathgate to there, just coming down here, 3 minutes it had taken. And I don't know, it probably took me about 30 to get to this section. 30 or 40 minutes to get to this section when I was doing it yesterday, you know, when I put the video out yesterday. And it was just, I think here, I actually look back after I've run up here, I'm just looking back going, because everything just appeared so easy. Now, there was one thing that was very evident though, and it nearly caught me out there, but again, I still managed to save it and get back up, is the fact that the Demon Hunter glide is much different to, say, something like the Goblin Glider, because its descent is much quicker. The Goblin Glider seems to hold its height pretty well, but the Demon Hunter wings, they're used as more of a slow fall mechanic. They're not meant to glide you around the place. It's more like a slow fall. So they do have a much quicker descent. So coming up to the end here, believe it or not, getting to the exact same point that took 96 minutes yesterday took 8 minutes for a Demon Hunter. But you see, the Demon Hunter, excuse me, my terrible pun here, doesn't have the wings for this leap. Because that descent factor is too quick, it's not going to be able to leap from that final point to Dalaran off its own back. No, if it had just one single solitary Goblin Glider, it could do it, as we saw in yesterday's video. We saw the jump from the same area with a Goblin Glider going all the way through to Dalaran. But remember a section that I did in yesterday's video where I said, wouldn't it be great if you could get up here? And I tried a couple of times, failed, no. So I went back with the Demon Hunter and lo and behold, it didn't prove any barrier whatsoever. In actual fact, I went a little bit William Shatner on this place, and instead of getting to like good points just to jump off and try and glide across, to me it just became a matter of, can I get to the top of the mountain? And believe it or not, the answer was yes. Just using the double jumping, the dashing, I actually managed to get right to the top of this freaking place. It was crazy. So I used one of the shells just towards the top to leap off and glide towards Dalaran. And again, I don't think it would still quite make it. It's just going to fall a little bit short. It could land at the grass area just below the ridge. So yeah, the Demon Hunter's insane mobility is going to be crazy, just crazy for exploration and stuff like that come Legion. So is there any way that they can curtail this? Is there any way that they can stop anything from happening like this? Well, the only thing that they'd be able to do is to disable double jump mechanics or glide mechanics or dash mechanics in a dungeon. Now, it wouldn't make sense to do that for a dash mechanic because that's actually a damage attack as well. If you hit something with your dash, then you're actually doing damage to them, so they can't get rid of that. The double jump feature, they could possibly disable that for dungeons. And gliding, well, you know, again, gliding can be changed. It can be swapped for a Goblin Glider and such like that. So I think it would be very odd if they decided to disable gliding as well. So I think come Legion, I think Blizzard might actually just stick to their words and say, yeah, we're not bothered about what they do with the old stuff as long as we've got the Broken Isles Demon Hunter proofed, we're okay with that. But my goodness, just with a couple of dungeons that have had a play in, the potential for these, and it doesn't hurt anyone. I mean, let's be honest here, it doesn't hurt anyone at all, it's just good fun. So there we go, hope you enjoyed the vid, and if you did, do get a thumbs up and also subscribe. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming. Links are in the description down below, and I'll be back with more stuff very soon. So you take care, everybody. Bye-bye.